them out. Put them back in so we can spin them in.
Good morning. Happy Sunday.
Happy day of the sun.
Well, I mean, it is sunny, but it's cold outside.
It's friggin' freezing out when that wind goes out. When that wind is blowing. I went out there with Eastwood. Woo!
Good morning, lover of wolves. How are you? If the music's too loud, please let me know. It kind of looks like it might not be loud enough. Turn it up a little bit. Now, if it's too loud, let me know. Good morning, creepy clown girl. How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome to Blood and Beans.
Eat some blood, eat some beans, you know.
Well, I prefer to drink my beans.
Whatever form of bean consumption you choose is fine.
I mean, sometimes it's even taurines. Energy drinks. Very rarely, though, because, I don't know, energy drinks first thing in the morning. I'd rather have coffee. It's a slower incline.
Blood and caffeine.
Blood and caffeine. I mean, that's basically what we're getting at.
I'm having leaves.
Mom's eating herbs. So fancy.
Good morning, Lilith. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. I was kind of hoping it would be nicer today. I was hoping to maybe go for a small hike, but I guess that probably isn't going to happen. I'd like to enjoy the hike.
Yeah, not freeze today.
And this would not be enjoyable. Yeah, it's cold here too, lover of wolves. Wolf lover? I think I'm just going to start calling you wolf lover, because it's just easier. Tis the
Lover
dog
wolf.
lover, but it's the wolf lover now.
No, call them of.
No, I'm going to leave that out
Yes.
of their title completely. Question, potential answer. Best response ever. I am very much hoping to be able to sleep in my bed tonight. Friday, apparently I was tired. I passed out sitting up. I finished narrating and doing some book editing and a little bit of writing after I got out of work. Brought my daughter to her dance, brought her home from her dance. And when I was all done, it was like 11:30, which is actually pretty early for me to get done with everything. I'm usually done with it at about 12:30, 1 o'clock. Sometimes it's late as 2 or 3. It's like, alright, it's like, I'm tired. Like, my eyes were starting to just go glitchy. It's like, alright, I am tired. I need to rest. I said, but before I go to sleep, I'd like at least 1 hour to myself. I pulled out my Switch and I sat down on the couch with my wife and I turned it on to play some Monster Hunter, and again, my eyes, they just couldn't focus. I was like, ugh. I turned off my Switch and I was like, I just can't focus. So I closed my eyes for a minute and my wife's like, what are you doing? She's like, you're gonna fall asleep. And I said, no, I'm just resting my eyes. My eyes are tired from staring at a screen since like 8 o'clock this morning. And then I opened my eyes and it was dark in the living room. My wife was gone. The lights were off.
You were covered up.
No, I was still sitting up.
I covered you up, though.
I had no blanket on me.
No, you had your robe. I put your robe
Oh,
over the
that's
front
where
of
my robe. Yeah, I had my robe on me.
you. Yeah.
So I just kind of
I
fell.
tried to wake you up. You would not
She
wake
did.
up.
She tried to. I guess I just wouldn't wake up. So I just fell over on my side and slept on the couch. And then last night, I was up actually playing Monster Hunter after I went Mario Karting with Dodge and Somber and Shiloh.
Give them time references, too, because it's mostly why.
Yeah, I just said 2 o'clock. I mean 2 o'clock in the morning. I finished up playing some Monster Hunter.
No, you were just playing Monster Hunter until the next day.
And until the next day, until 2 o'clock until today. I haven't even stopped. I'm still
No,
playing right now.
still Monster Hunter all the time right now.
So again, like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed now. been playing Monster Hunter for like an hour and a half. I go in my bedroom. My daughter is passed out in my side of the bed.
I'm sorry.
My wife is asleep, and my daughter is asleep next to her in my side of the bed. And I was going to wake her up, but I just didn't have the heart to do it. Because Shiloh never gets a chance to, like, you know, just crash with Mom. So I let them sleep. And I was going to come back out here and sleep on the couch again. But I was like, wait a minute. Shiloh has a bed in her room. So I passed out in Shiloh's room.
I saw it this morning. Big man, little bed. Very funny.
So,
He had
like I
like
said,
this little dog head blanket thing on him.
the other one's in the
And...
game room.
Huh?
It's in the game room.
Oh, I know there's one in the camera. Yeah, that's all I could see. Was his head and a dog blanket.
Did you use the burrito blanket?
Then he would have been a hot dog. Ah.
No, it would have been a burrito.
Good morning, leader. Thank you for stopping by, and go enjoy the movie.
Oh,
I hope it is good.
Not for the movie. The movie is probably good, but I just
And
splashed
good morning, Somber.
ramen juices on my glasses.
Yep, dog blanket. I was underneath a dog blanket. It was the only one that was big enough to basically cover most
What
of
about
my
the
body.
burrito blanket? Why
I
didn't
know, because it's thin. The dog blanket's
No, it's
thicker.
not.
Whatever.
Mom loves a burrito
I
blanket.
listen. I was comfortable. I passed out. I fell asleep. I was good. I didn't want to take a chance of my vape and everything falling out of my pocket, so I had it on the bed next to my leg. And when I woke up this morning, I'm like, "Where's my stuff?" I'm like, "What is on top of my stuff?" And I look over, an Oreo. It was curled up next to me on the bed, just looking at me. I'm like,
Thank you for not killing me in my sleep,
whatever.
cat.
And just went back to sleep.
And
I
then-
let him stay there. It's Shiloh. It's his bed.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
Shiloh's cat.
Yeah, he usually sleeps on me.
Wow. She grew.
So
It's the only time that cat's ever nice.
that was an interesting evening event.
I have this kitten. It has, I guess, imprinted on me since it's been born.
Yes, if you hear squeaking, we have tiny kittens crawling around the house.
Well, no, just one tiny kitten crawling around the house, and that's Little Bear.
There's two more though,
And
right in that little
he's-
suitcase.
I know that. He's
10
black.
feet away.
He's got little white socks on the back, and every time he hears me talk, he screams.
The other ones' names are Spud and Solar. I named them because I'm cool.
He's licking the floor.
Yeah, they
He's
do
an
that.
idiot. He's also probably hungry, which is why he's licking the floor.
Yes, but he won't stay in the suitcase.
Floor has nutrients. The sediment.
Yes, they both decided to give birth inside a suitcase. Yeah, meow. How about you go back?
Sorry, don't make it easy just to get rid of them all.
Hey.
Zip up the suitcase and throw it.
No.
It's a joke.
I'm right
Not
here.
gonna do
I'm right
that.
Here. I'm right here.
Not after last time.
I just find it surprising that you would say, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to zip up any cats in a suitcase or throw them anywhere.
Anymore.
Both of those things are wrong. Never mind combined.
It's evil.
It was a
We're
joke.
going from garbage weed to. I'm going
I
from
mean-
garbage weed to this. And this is gonna be potent.
I've said and written and narrated some shit. I don't feel like this is the worst of it. Like, this is like the bottom end. If this is the bottom end, then I apologize. I am not doing good enough.
Lobsters.
Lobster.
Artichokes.
I'm surprised you don't like cats, that you are afraid of them. I
You're
do.
afraid of cats? They
Who
are
doesn't?
tiny with little whiskers.
Ooh. Whomst does not like thou cat?
Lover of wolves.
I mean, I love wolves. That's one of my it's my Celtic sign.
But cats are just cool. Cats are
I
Listen,
have
alive.
people
familiars,
can't
and
help
they're
but
both
be
cats.
afraid of things. Like if people
I
can't
mean,
help
I
what they're
understand
afraid
a
of.
phobia, but I mean, his brother Chucky
There
fed
you go.
kids with
Phobia.
in football
And
gear.
it's a valid phobia.
stick.
I mean, I'm afraid of snakes. Snakes just have fangs.
Yes, but do snakes?
Cats have fangs and claws.
But they also have fluff and cute little faces.
They do. They are adorable.
I love cats.
Disclaimer against discrimination against animals. I have killed many animals in my stories. I'm not gonna lie. It happens. When you want something that gives emotional weight, that's a good way to do it, I feel.
Because we're used to people dying. Not to animals. Animals are ultimately
No,
cooler.
I am an animal person. I like animals. I'm the kind of person that sees a snake, is terrified of snakes, and will leave it be.
I found a snake yesterday or the other day in the driveway. I'm like, yeah, we gotta get you out of here, buddy, or my husband's gonna run over you happily. What, buddy? I can't give you what
I saw a
you want.
buddy of mine throw a frog once, and I yelled at him. I'm that guy.
As you should. Punch that guy.
I'm the guy that yells at his friend for throwing a frog.
Why would you do that? Punch your friend.
It was a joke. It wasn't like he just chucked it or threw it against a wall or anything. He threw it
What?
up on top of a building.
That's
Oh
mean.
my god!
So, and it is mean, and that's what I yelled at him for. It is very mean.
I forgot what I was gonna say, man.
That's what I said. Poor frog. He wasn't doing nothing. So,
I like frogs.
I am an advocate for animals. And by the way, this friend of mine was a really good person. Again, there was really no like intentional malice. It just wasn't thought behind it. We lived in the country. Frogs are
Everywhere.
a dime a dozen. It's not out of the realm of possibility for people to make up frog legs. Like, grew up, born and raised in the country. So, like, there's millions and millions and millions of frogs. He's underneath my chair.
I'm getting. Yeah, he doesn't know how to navigate. Yeah. I told you not to go under there, Tilly. Yeah.
He is cute.
Hi, Dario.
You're
What's up,
attached to my face.
He's all black with like a white chest and belly.
We were
He
talking
looks
about
like he's wearing a little suit
He's so awesome.
with a white shirt and a white bow tie.
He's so sweet. He is. He's very sweet.
Or, well, no, 'cause he's got white above it, so it looks like he's wearing like a shirt with a bow tie and a collar above the bow tie. He's fuzzy, and he's got this little like pug squished little bear face.
Yeah, he looks like a little bear.
Good
That's why I
morning,
call him
Deck.
Little Bear.
How are you?
How do I get
Happy
that?
Sunday. Apologize if the music is a little loud. I just saw the sound levels were like, I don't know.
Lo-fi.
They looked like they were equal to me. So, but yeah, just wanted to defend said friend. 'Tis a country full of frogs. And frogs many of the times were used as practical jokes when I grew up.
Tis the frog country.
Just like capturing fireflies. I imagine some people probably wouldn't be okay with that because you're encasing a living thing in a jar until it dies. But it's lightning bugs. I love catching lightning bugs. Even now, I still like catching lightning bugs. Yes, I am a lightning bug murderer.
How dare you, father?
My brother once, when I was little, well, not little, I was like 15, and my brother was still living at my parents' house with me, my older brother. His bedroom was right next to mine, and we had just moved back to the area, and he was telling me about all the lightning bugs I used to catch. So me and my brother went into the field one night, and we counted them. We caught over 200 lightning bugs. It was like 207 or something like that, and put them all in a jar. It was just over 200 because that's what the goal was, to try and get 200. So we get back to the room, and the reason we did this, he said, yeah, you get so many of them, it'll light up the whole room if you can catch enough of them. You can use it as like a light. And he wanted to show me. It didn't really work all that great, so he fell asleep, and I opened the jar, and I let them all, and I was 15. I wasn't like a kid, didn't know what I was doing. Like, I knew exactly what I was doing. I opened up the jar and let them all out in his little 10 by 10 bedroom and spent the night on his floor, and it was like lightning bugs blinking all over the room. He woke up the next morning, he was like, what the hell? He's looking around, there's all these little bugs everywhere. He's like, the lightning bugs got out. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Because the jar got knocked over or something. I could let them all out. It was great.
It's the one Blood and Beans your brother actually attends.
Carrots. Oh no!
My fingers are not working today.
Mom's got butterfingers.
No, actually, it's a type of syndrome. I just found out from my side effects from my medications.
I know you're not going to, like, go out and hurt cats. I know that, dog lover. I just said I was surprised. I didn't say it was a bad thing and I didn't understand or anything. I'm just
My
surprised.
daughter likes cats, but she's not very fond of dogs.
But they are, because cats are adorable.
Cats are freaking amazing. They're the best thing ever. The cute little vases. So fluffy.
So lovely. Cute and fluffy.
They're amazing.
Good morning, Devane. How are you?
Good morning.
Happy Sunday. Welcome to Blood and Beans. We are discussing animals. We are on an animal rant so far this morning.
I like munchkin cats with their tiny little legs. They're like little alligators.
They're adorable.
But baby and cat and fluff and love.
Yep.
Yeah, but like I said, I can understand lovers of wolves standpoint on cats. I can understand that phobia. If it was like I'm afraid of cotton balls, like I'd be like, huh, what? It doesn't make much sense. I'm afraid of marshmallows. Doesn't make much sense. But I'm afraid of cats makes sense.
I think marshmallows grow on trees.
I
Now
get
that
that.
also does not make sense.
Like I really hate you.
We've already had, I'm not going to do that again to your mother. We've already had that story happen on Blood and Beans.
Several times actually, because you can't remember nothing.
Several times, because I can't remember nothing.
What's my birthday, Father?
January 12th, 2010.
Oh, wait, what?
His birthday? Mine?
I
Child?
don't know.
I'm your child.
I
Child.
know your birthday.
January 12th.
I
I'm
know
your
your birthday.
son.
I know Monica's birthday.
You know the
birthday.
time I was
Daniel's
born?
birthday. I know the time you were born. I know the doctor said it was 11:25, and they're
It
wrong.
wasn't.
That's when they looked at the clock. You were born at 11:23. They wrote 11:25 on your birth
think
certificate.
you were
But they
only, like,
looked way
4
late. They like
pushes.
took you out, cleaned you off, sucked the gunk out of your face, put the goop in your eyes. They did all that stuff to you, and then they looked at the clock.
Yeah,
And they're
when
like,
they-
"Oh yeah, born 11:25." I'm like, "No, I watched. When you were born, I looked right at the clock. 11:23."
I know what day you were born.
They had to turn me over so you'd come out. We were all on one side. Three pushes or 4 pushes, you were out.
Yeah, no, cats can be particular like that. They'll like some people, Some people can pet them, and then like others that are not their people, they don't want anything to do with.
For example, Oreo.
Yeah, Oreo is one of those cats.
Oreo, what do
He
you
likes
want?
Shiloh, and he's okay around like me and Pockets.
I've
But
got
like,
him trained now to like be nice if he wants food.
but outside, like he won't even go to anyone. But if anyone did try to like pick him up or something, he would
He'd
freak.
probably tear their face off.
He would freak the heck out.
Liana, however, is just
Though
cool.
Oreo did grow to like Lilith when Lilith was here.
He let him pet her. What? No.
Or she let him.
No. Oreo let Lilith pet him.
Him.
He let him pet him. What?
He let her pet him.
Let her pet him.
There you go.
Why did it make?
Because
I don't understand my brain.
you turned Oreo into. It doesn't listen.
I
knew what
mixed up
you.
Oreo and
I
Lilith.
knew what you were saying. Take it easy, Dexter. Have an excellent afternoon, and thanks for stopping in.
I love that cartoon.
It was needed.
Okay, that was apparently needed. Oh, so, yeah, enjoying this coffee this morning because waking up,
How do it be? Be good coffee?
it'd be something that I needed after crawling out of your bed.
You should make me coffee.
You
Not right
stayed
now.
up late. You watched to play your game. We went to bed at normal, decent hours.
We did not go to bed at a normal, decent hour.
We did.
I went to bed at 12 and then woke up like 3 times
Why did you wake up 3 times?
because I wasn't sleeping in my bed.
No, you were in the big old comfy side of my bed.
My back doesn't hurt as much as it usually does. Like my neck, I could actually move it this morning as soon as I woke up and not want it to snap off.
I have a board under my bed between the mattress and the box spring.
Cool.
You know how long I've had that mattress? Long time.
I want a sandwich and nuggets big box.
What?
I know that's
Shiloh's
why I
already
saved it.
craving sandwiches and nuggets over here.
I'm always craving sandwiches.
See, like right now, I could do with some trail mix and a walk outside. Like,
No, it's too
if
cold.
it was warm.
I will skip the trail mix.
Come on. Your
I might
child's
have to
fault.
jump into Zenith for a bit. I don't know.
Here the
I know I have to do some editing. I got some book editing to do because we are getting towards the end of Confronting Evil. So the new book obviously will release shortly after. At least I'm hoping that the season 2 book will release the week after the finale, if not early July. But I'm aiming for towards the end of June. But I do have the first couple of chapters all edited and ready to go. I just got 9 more to go. And I say 9 more, yes, because 9 plus 2 makes 11, and there's only 10 episodes of Confronting Evil. That's because every book,
There's an exclusive.
there's an exclusive.
Silly,
There's a
silly
story
thingy.
for Confronting Evil that is not narrated. So,
For the people who grab
but
the
said
book.
story, at least so far, does not take place before or after season 2. So, like, if you're looking for something that takes place after the season 2 finale, it's not going to be in the book. If you're looking for something that took place before season 2 started, it's not going to be in the book. It's just going to be like a story that's in between some of the other episodes. Yes, possibly Zenith. I don't know. My wife is tapping her foot.
Why? is she tapping her foot?
I don't know.
Why are you tapping?
But yeah, possibly,
Pop-Tart!
Zenith. I might, because I wanted to take a walk today, and I can't take a walk because it is too cold. But I do have a VR headset, so walk might still be in the cards.
Never mind, I can grab it. Pop-Tart. Oh, I want a Pop-Tart.
I will say, Lilith, that it might not stand up, but many statements made today don't really stand up.
Will it sit down?
It seems to me that lots of times logic and reason don't really have a place in the modern world. I see what Somber is saying. And we are still talking about discrimination against cats.
I love cats.
I agree. And they're still discussing this in the chat.
They're amazing. They're the best thing ever. You should not like cats. You should like cats. They're silly. They're stupid. This one right here acts like a crackhead. It's very funny. She's
young.
will eat her babies. Look at her sniffing.
She's funny. Can't wait for camping. Can't wait for walking, hiking. It is going to be nice.
I want to go camping so bad.
I found a hiking trail near where I work. It's a 4-minute drive, and I get an hour lunch break. So I've been going there and walking the trails a little
Without
bit.
me.
It's a lunch break on work.
Too bad. Bucko.
But there's only been a couple nice days, nice enough to go for a walk. So most of the times I'm still just sitting in my car, staring at the lake. It is nice there. It's a 9-mile-long trail. I don't think I'd have the time to walk the whole thing on a lunch break, but yeah, and that's what it's like here. It's Dog Lover and I live pretty close together, like 4 hours apart. But yeah, it's like sunny and freezing cold. Oh, but soon it is time to throw provisions in a backpack and take my family out to some walking trails that we haven't hit in a while, and do some hiking every Sunday.
Yes, Family Fun Day Sunday.
I can't.
Returns.
Yes, the return of Family Fun Day Sunday. I love hiking. I really do. Yeah, I mean, I have to drive to where I have to go. A lot of these places, though, are pretty close. There are some, like People's Island and stuff like that, I have to drive to get to. But I don't mind. Like, it's once a week, and I drive all the time to go to work anyway, so I don't mind getting the family out of the house. And leaving the ones that are close by. They're still, like, you know, a few miles away. So I still gotta drive to get there. But it's nice. Once we get out there, it's I don't know. I love the trees and the birds and the insects all doing their thing. And I'll bring, like, you know, snacks and a big 2-liter bottle of water, because you never go anywhere in the woods without a bottle of water. So I bring plenty of water for everybody. And in the end of April, we're going camping. First camping trip of the year. I'm excited. We go every month. And we go every year too. We go every month up the Locust Lake, starting in April, and then ending in September is our last trip. So I'll go up the last weekend in April, and then I go up Memorial Day weekend, and then I'll pick a day in June, and then lots of times we'll go up 4th of July weekend. This year I'd like us to go back to a place called Jumping Jacks. they do fireworks over the river and stuff like that. It's at this big park, and they have live bands. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to have money to go do that and camping in July, so still might have to do camping for 4th of July. We'll see how that goes.
Just got to figure out which weekend they're having fireworks.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the big family get-together in August that I go up for. And then
there's the cool people get-together.
Labor Day weekend is my weekend, where, I mean, apparently it's been a thing starting last year. Every once in a while, people, friends of mine that I meet here on the channel will come up and hang out with me at Locust Lake for a weekend. And a few years ago, a couple friends came up, Orphan and Bree, came up to hang out at Locust Lake, and it was during the big family get-together in August. Still had a ton of fun. Hung out mostly. Showed them some sights. We took a walk up to Lookout in Halstead, so I toured them around and whatnot. It was a great time. And then 2 years later, Sombra and Lilith came. This was last year. They came up for Labor Day weekend, and then Shawnee came up, and dude got a keg and everything. And again, I showed them, the Black Woods, and showed them Halstead, and showed them the $1 Million Highway. We took a walk down the $1 Million Highway to where I used to hang out and party down there with my friends, and we played hacky sack. So yes, the $1 Million Highway is another one of those real places. And we've basically decided that it should be an every Labor Day weekend thing. So this year, I know Dodge and Emily are both planning on is actually flying in to Albany and is going to be chilling here with Lilith and Somber the night before. We head up to Locust Lake on Friday, and Emily is planning on either doing the same thing or flying into Scranton.
We don't have enough beds for
and
people.
Hanging out at Shawnee's. Either one. So, either way, like Shiloh says, we really don't have enough beds.
I can sleep on the floor.
There's gonna be I
Someone
already
can
told
have the
everybody
child's
they're
bed.
gonna be having to be slumber partying on the floor. So it's just the way it's gotta be. But it's one night, and then we're all gonna head up to Locust Lake on Friday. So. So, anyways, yeah, and then that's the itinerary, and then, so that's the Labor Day weekend thing, and then I still go up the last weekend in September, just when the weather's starting to turn cold, and every place is selling cider and pumpkin beers, and Halloween is getting ready to,
Oh, I love Halloween!
It's coming around the corner, and
I
usually
need
by
it
the end
now.
of September, already got much of my Halloween stuff done, or at least I'm well into working on it. And I'm already in that full swing, that mood, and just the end of September, it feels nice. I love the end of September. I love October. October is my favorite month, obviously. Everybody celebrates horror, and it's the Haunt up in Troy, New York. We go to the Haunt.
Yeah.
That's fun. I took Lilith last year. Went and got Lilith for that. And took Lilith to the Field of Horrors. It's great times. And yes, I still go trick-or-treating. I told my daughter that she's my excuse to still go door-to-door with her, dress up and door-to-door. And once she's done, I'm done. I'm not going to go trick-or-treating anymore. I'm 42 years old now. And she looked at me and said, I am planning on trick-or-treating until I am in my 20s, at least. If I ever stop going trick-or-treating. So apparently I'm going trick-or-treating again this year.
Yeah. You're going trick-or-treating forever. Until I hecking perish.
Yeah, I go door to door, I get my pillowcase. I go door to door, I dress up. And I'll still dress up. Listen, once she does move out of the house and goes off with her life and college and work and whatnot, I'll still dress up. I'll either stay home and pass out candy to children, or I'll take my wife and I'll go to Halloween parties. And I'll start doing that. But I'll still dress up. I'm not going to go trick-or-treating anymore. I did a lot when I was a kid. And then I kind of stopped when I was... Man, when did I stop trick-or-treating? I think when I was a teenager.
Boo!
Stop when I was like 15. I'd stay home and just have horror movie marathons.
Not boo, never mind.
And like, I just marathon movies all night long. I think I was like 15. And then in my early 20s was Halloween parties. Went to a lot of Halloween parties. And then the parties actually started turning towards let's party and then go trick-or-treating. So we'd all dress up and go trick-or-treating after getting together, hanging out, maybe having a few drinks. I'd walk around on my stilts. I'd throw stilts on my legs, my drywall stilts. Like one year I was the Grim Reaper, another year I was a demon. I had a big black sheet that went down over top of my stilts and whatnot, and like my trench coat over top of myself. It looked like I was wearing like this big long black cowl. Yeah, it was fun. I had the police stop once. I was at a Halloween party on stilts. I went outside to go have a cigarette. And I'm standing on the side of, next to the road, in the driveway, on my stilts, having a smoke. A cop car drives by, stops, and backs up. And I start, I'm panicking a little bit, because, we're all hanging out, we're all partying. The cop backs up, rolls down his window, and looks at me, and he's like, "Are you wearing stilts?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's awesome." And commented and rolled up his window and drove away. And yeah, it was absolutely terrifying. And then again, like I said, that just kind of led into, hey, let's go trick-or-treating. And then I had kids. I met my wife, and she had children already. And so when I met her, it was, hey, let's go get dressed up and go trick-or-treating. Like, I was all excited. I had children again. I had excuses to go trick-or-treating. And I have been trick-or-treating since. Every single year.
There was one time...
It's been almost 17 years.
There was one time he didn't dress up, and it made me very sad, because I don't know what was happening in his brain, or if he decided to be very angsty that Halloween, because he didn't dress up, and he didn't go from door to door and get handy with me, and it made me sad. It made me very sad, and I didn't like it. It's upsetting.
That is a long story in itself. I was not in the right state of mind that year.
No, you were not.
I was not having a happy Halloween. But beyond that, every year for 17 years, I have been dressing up and going door to door. And honestly, I loved trick-or-treating during COVID.
Because nobody was there, and everybody just had a bunch of candy.
It was beautiful.
And
it
everybody
was
was
beautiful.
going to go trick-or-treating on Monday because they thought it was going to rain.
Man, everyone had their candy out in big old candy bowls on tables and stuff with signs because it was COVID. So they all just put all the candy out in their yards and stayed in their house. And dude, every place I went,
There was like tables, bowls.
I told her too. I'm like, Shiloh, grab a handful. Grab handfuls.
And I didn't. And Dad got so much more candy than I did.
I think I did the same thing. I grabbed handfuls too.
I mean, yeah, if there's not like much candy left in the bowl, don't take handfuls. Don't clean them out because other people want candy.
Yeah.
But
Also, that's against the rules.
if, it's a giant bowl of candy, or like they have 3 bowls of candy, by all means, I don't care if it says take 2. Taking a handful. Be happy I'm not taking one of the whole bowls and just filling up my pillowcase. I'm good. Done.
It's like you'll die.
I got more candy
Exactly.
last year picking it up off the
It's against the
ground
Halloween rules.
for people dropping their own candy. Okay, we're gonna keep this with it.
So soon it'll be trick-or-treating again. Halloween. And then it's Thanksgiving, which is the time of much foods. And then it's Christmas.
Crimes.
I had a really good story idea for Christmas, and now I don't remember what it is. This is like a couple months ago, though, so I think I have it written down somewhere,
We'll
You
find
probably
it.
sent it to me in Discord.
possibly.
Also, if you don't have spoon, you can always make it soupy, and you can drink it.
I'm sorry.
They
Anything
are
with you?
still
Yeah.
going on about the cats.
They're still going on about the cats?
Meow.
It's beautiful. Mow.
Whoa.
Meow.
Whoa.
Hey.
And Jason says he's got the same problem. Why are you
Father.
don't beat up my broom?
I made her upset.
Jenny.
Don't grab. This cat is so weird.
He's a silly guy.
He likes chips.
He's a silly
Like, he'll
guy.
grab them out of your hand. This cat
He
loves
opened
potato
that
chips.
bag.
I know he did.
I love him.
That's the bag you got me to replace the chips.
He takes
that-
after his mother,
ate?
okay?
Those are them.
I know.
Brand new.
I know.
I didn't even open them yet.
He did.
Yeah, no shit. In the middle of the bag. Asshole.
He's nice.
Yeah. He literally opened up a bag of potato. Like, there's a big hole, like a gunshot hole in the side of this bag of potato chips.
He's learned to
'Cause
use his claws
this
to his
cat
advantage.
is, yes, he's learned to open up. That we have to hide them, like in the cupboards that are up high.
But he still gets up there then too, sometimes.
Yeah, he'll try and get up there and get into them.
And Izzy likes Fruit Loops. I got some weird freaking cats.
Liana really likes shrimp, but I guess that's normal for cats. But she really likes shrimp and ramen. She loves
The
ramen.
only safe place for chips in this house is the game room, and even then they're not safe
No,
because then they're
because
in there
Dad's
with
in
me.
The only safe place is my drawers.
Now I'm gonna have to search your drawers for
No.
chips.
I give you chips sometimes. It's the chip tax.
Hi, buddy. What you doing?
He's thinking about grabbing his own.
I'm trying to grab your one.
I
chip,
might,
so I
you
opened
know,
the bag.
When I'm
I
older
should be able to get them
and
myself.
I have enough monies, I'm gonna calculate however many bags of chips you have got me, and I'm just gonna get a bunch of chips for you, Father. It's gonna be great. You're gonna be like swimming in chips for like a year.
You know what we need to get him? Like
so
3 things
nice.
of those variety packs of chips.
Yeah, I've been bit and sent to the hospital from a dog bite. That doesn't justify you being nervous around dogs. See, I
I've been
agree with you.
bitten by
That
a
does.
cat and I had to go
It
to
does.
urgent care.
But that gives you a right, though. If you said you were nervous around cats after that point, I'd understand.
Dude, a cat literally, he was fighting Jabba, so I went over and I tried to distract him by
Because-
calling him over, and I started petting him, and it was completely fine until, I don't know, I must have hit a scratch or something, because he just jumped onto my arm and started trying to take off my arm.
He's
And
got scars.
I just like swung him off like so nonchalantly, and I didn't even go to the hospital. So, haha, cats are cool.
I mean, there's old retired men that were on the Indianapolis, the one that like sank, and there was like hundreds of people in the water being eaten by sharks. And the people that survived to this day say, I don't care. I will never like sharks. I don't care what
They're
people
horrible.
say. They're horrible. I think they're terrible, and I think they should all die. And you know what? Again, I love sharks. I don't agree with that statement, But coming from someone who was in a situation like that for days, I wouldn't even attempt to change their mind, because they absolutely have justification for feeling like that. And that's the thing. I think people shouldn't be... Now, if he was actively dumping money into programs or whatever, things that, killed off sharks because he hated them so much, that would be wrong. And that should be stopped. Once you start damaging a population, then it becomes an issue. But if it's just because of a personal belief, and that's the thing, right? Like, okay, he's justified, but somebody else who says that because they saw a shark movie once and think sharks are horrible, like, that's not justified. And how do you tell the difference between the two? Well, why do they believe this? You have to know why the person believes what they do. And do you even have the right to do that? Who are you to make that judgment? What classifies as a justification and what doesn't classify as a justification? I think as long as people aren't actively in the pursuit of damaging a population, that their beliefs should be left to their own devices and really has nothing to do with anyone else. Morning, Emily. I love sharks too. But these people from this ship, the ones that survived, were in the water for days
picked off,
while everyone around them was being eaten by sharks day in and day out. The screaming and everything else. I mean, I couldn't even imagine living through something like that. Had to be absolutely horrifying. So I can understand why these people wouldn't like sharks.
The vets that they actually pulled up and took statements from, you could tell that it was hard for them to talk about it because you could hear the shaking in their voice just as they were talking about it. These old men. Sad.
And why Lilith considers this a justification or not. What I said also applies to that. I would have to know your beliefs and why you believe and feel the way you do. And again, you're not actively out to punish a group, sharing an opinion that you have, that you share. I like differences between people. I like that not everybody thinks the same way. I like people that strongly disagree with everything that I say. I like the differences between people because there's room for growth, and it's where creativity comes from.
Okay.
Good morning, devil horns.
Mom burped.
That was me saying
Mom
good morning.
verb.
My devil voice.
Mother, make me a cup of coffee. I'll love you forever.
You're required to love her forever anyway.
Yes, but coffee. I need it. I need it. That was a SpongeBob reference.
That's why I'm just enjoying this debate back and forth in the chat about cats and justification and discrimination and what classifies as discrimination and therefore what classifies as a justification.
Cats won the Cats
They're
vs.
just
Dogs
all
Splatfest,
jealous
so
because
cats
the
are
cat
legally
can't
better.
balance on their broomstick.
But it's not the answers to these questions that I'm after. It's not why I'm reading the chat. It's not why I'm enjoying it. It's the debate between it that's going on.
Very political. We are at Blood and Beans.
Apparently I started something. Apparently you did. And it's been great.
Well, at least we don't have to listen to you.
And I know it started out as a joke and has turned into an actual debate. But that's good. What's nice is everyone here debates, but like
Damn it.
without getting upset. Like everyone agrees to disagree if there's no
Damn
agreement,
it.
which is, again, you don't see that all the time. So it's just something to take in and appreciate.
Well, also in a chat, nobody's talking.
I mean-
So, louder isn't smarter here.
I know for a fact,
And then
Lilith,
make bigger.
and I am absolutely phobic of the danger noodle. I am terrified of snakes.
The danger
Terrified.
noodle.
Yes, Shiloh calls them danger
I
noodles.
call them danger noodles because that's what they are.
Oh my god.
Terrified. And I know for a fact that not every snake is out to murder me.
No.
I know that garden snakes are friendly. I know that. I do.
They eat your butts.
I know that like little red racers are tiny. Can't really do anything. But I'm still terrified of all snakes. All snakes. Even little friendly garden snakes. Because
Oh, yeah,
I
you really have
I
to
wouldn't
like
be
that?
able to pick one up. I wouldn't be able to like I'm terrified of snakes.
I have to take point when we take a
Terrified.
hike.
And it's not something like I could just like, okay, I'm not afraid of snakes anymore. I'm just not going to be afraid of snakes. It's something that I can't control.
Ooh, I like that.
So I understand where Wolf Lover is coming from. I know like you feel like they all will. I get that. Because I feel like that with snakes. Even if I know they're not going to. Like, I know this garden snake that's slithering out of the ground 10 feet from me is not going to turn and coil up and lunge at my face like a spring that just let loose and try and eat me. I know that that's not going to happen. But I will take off freaking walking fast or even running in the opposite direction anyway. Because I am absolutely terrified of that snake. Because I'm literally in my brain, I see that happening. I know it's not going to happen, but I see it happening. So I get your point with cats.
I was in a canoe with Brooke.
Cats do jump. Cats have claws. Cats have fangs. And if you get bit by a cat, like, it's not like just a bite. There's an infection, like a snake, that
Cat
goes
scratch
with it.
fever.
It gives you blood poisoning.
Cat scratch fever.
Yeah, cat scratch fever. I know.
I had it. Remember when Liana bit me? You get bit by a cat and you don't bleed, go to a doctor. You need antibiotics.
I mean, it seems to me your fear of cats is very similar to my fear of snakes. Is it justified? I justify it as a universal fear that every culture across the globe has a very high percentage of people that are fearful of snakes. Doesn't matter what the culture is like in the civilization and the economy. Yes, even the cultures that revere them
Are scared of them.
still have a very large population of people that are terrified of them.
That's what I was just saying. They're so
Because
scared of
it's
them. They revere
it's
them, but
it's
they're
what's
so-
called a universal fear. It's embedded into our brains basically as a primal survival mechanism to be fearful of snakes. So I justify mine. It's a universal fear. Yours can't be quite as easily justified. So you might get some people that don't understand and be like, "Are you kidding me? It's just a cute little fluff ball. It's a cat." There's no fear of cats across the planet, but I get that. I still understand. You fear cats for the same reasons I fear snakes.
Plastic wrap, notebook paper.
No pet snakes. In fact, there's a rule in my house, has been ever since I've had children.
No amphibians.
No amphibians, no
No
reptiles.
reptiles. You know how bad I want a turtle?
I
I grew up and moved out of the house so I could get a fucking turtle. And I still can't get a box turtle.
want to get a snake when I get older.
I told you if we had
And
2 cats,
Dad
you'd
would
get a turtle.
literally never come to our house. So, yeah. I can't get a snake, but you know, I want to. Because they're cute little noodles.
I honestly don't know why I'm afraid of snakes. I know I have never been bit by one, but I think it's because, and this is what I always attribute it to, I've never been like, I'd pick up a rock when I was little. Sometimes the rock would have a snake under it. Wasn't looking forward to finding whatever, because where I grew up, it wasn't always a garden snake. So I wasn't always happy to find, my parents were always like, watch out, because there's rattlesnakes. Watch out picking up rocks, picking up 2x4s, be careful of rattlesnakes. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was my parents telling me to be careful of the rattlesnakes that sometimes populated our freaking lawn. And yeah, I did see a few. Never got bit by one, never got chased by one. But when I was 5, I was at a friend's birthday party next door. And I was playing in the bank with some of my friends, digging in the dirt and stuff. And I see this kid come walking out of the woods with his mother. And he's crying, and she's talking to him, trying to calm him down. They walk by, and I see these 2 big dark puncture holes, in his leg. And I don't know if it was blood or if it was spreading through, but it looked like it was spider veining out of the wound. Asked why it happened. She said he was going to be okay, and I asked what happened, and she said he got bit by a snake. And I've never ever forgotten that. And I honestly think it's that makes me terrified of snakes.
Yeah, and then I have Sissy on the family reunion all the time with the porta potties. Aubrey! No matter where she is, she's gotta yell for me. Because I gotta check the porta potty for snakes. I am the snake handler. It's not fair. I was not asked to be appointed this.
No. But I have seen a 3-foot snake standing up on end trying to bite me.
I hit it in the head.
And while I was slapping it in the head trying to grab my tackle box, it was a fucking water snake. It wasn't a water moccasin.
No.
It was a northern water snake, which are not poisonous, but are aggressive and get large.
Really big thing.
Yes, very big fangs. I think I told that story on last week's Blood and Beans though, so I don't want to tell the whole thing again. But it was terrifying. But yeah, that is why there's those black rat snakes or whatever out by that Deer Park trail.
Yep.
You and Sabrina found a 6-foot long one, and I saw one with Sabrina that looked like a dinosaur snake.
I know.
Didn't even see the whole thing, but that thing was terrifying. That was
That's why I just stepped over
big
I
snake.
didn't know where his head was, and I didn't know where his tail was.
No, we didn't step over it. I made everyone turn around and go back. And then we went back again. We came back to where we saw it, and the thing was gone. There was a big snake. I was fishing at a place where really good bass fishing, and there's this lake. As you're coming down this road, the lake is on the right. There's a pier, and the road keeps going past the pier, and it comes to a T in the road up ahead. But before you come to the T in the road, there's this little inlet of water that comes in under the road and feeds into the lake. So you got the lake on one side, and it's like a little bridge, and on the other side you have this little pool of water. It's like a pond almost. So I grab my tackle box, my wife, my fishing pole, and I go across the road over the guardrail and go on the other side where this little pond inlet is to see what I can catch in here. And there's these big iron beams that are separating the dirt that are coming down at a slant, and they're keeping the banks from falling in and filling in the water. So I stand on one of these iron beams, and there's dirt and stuff that go right up to them and whatnot, but I'm standing on the beam itself, right on the edge, so I can fish in the water. And I'm fishing. I didn't catch anything, and my wife's talking to me. I turn around, all right, let's go fish back in the lake. And I'm talking to her, and I'm reaching down while I'm talking, not looking. I'm not looking. I'm reaching down to grab my tackle box without looking at it, and I'm slapping like the handle, and the handle keeps like falling over or something. Like I keep trying to grab it and it won't let me grab it. Weird. So like I looked down, must have slapped the thing like 6 times. I looked down, and at first I didn't see what it was. I didn't know, because I'd never seen anything like this from this angle. It just looked like this gaping fleshy hole with really big teeth, like 2 of them, coming down like straight out at a curve, like right up at me. And I realized it was a big fucking snake standing on end on top of my tackle box with its mouth open, stretched out. And I was reaching down and slapping the motherfucker in the head, trying to grab it, thinking it was I grabbed my wife, I picked her up, I threw her over the guardrail, I jumped over the guardrail, and I turned back, and it's like this 3-foot long fucking water snake that is now huge, curled up on top of my tackle. I'm like, he'll go away. Yeah, you're curled up and laid down right on top of my fucking tackle box. I had to throw rocks at it, and it slithered back under the iron beam that I was standing on. I was standing on the iron beam where he lived, and it must have pissed him off, and he came out to threaten me, basically. That's why he stood on my tackle box and reached up with his mouth open. I know that is a threatening thing. Like, he probably wasn't going to bite me at that point, was just trying to get me to leave. But then I reached down, and I'm slapping this motherfucker in the head. So I'm really surprised that I must have really pissed it off. Man, even just telling that story freaks me out. Freaks me out. I don't like snakes. Big northern water snake. Went home, looked it up. Northern water snake.
Oh my God.
I've had many experiences with snakes. They're all over the place. I see multiple ones a year, and I'm terrified every time. It's never stopped me, though, from taking walks in the woods.
It's because you put me in the front.
Even if I'm by myself.
I make sure to wear my chain wallet, too. People can hear me coming a mile away with that on.
It was terrifying. It was a big snake. Like, it was no garden snake. Like, this was a big fucking snake. Like, 3 feet long. And, I don't know, his midsection was probably about as big around as a small orange. Like, he was a big snake. And he was not happy with me. He was pissed.
You kept hitting him in the head, you probably gave him a headache.
He was pissed to begin with. That's why he came out from underneath, stopped standing on my house. Probably heard me walking on that fucking beam and came out like, what's this? Standing on my house. Oh, it's a big thing that's never met me. Didn't slither away, didn't hide. And this thing just got pissed.
I'll go get that for you.
I mean, I'm not terrified of them, but I'm not going to pick one up and, like, let it crawl on me and shit. But I've seen, there's millipedes around here, too. I've seen some pretty big ones. None like really huge ones or anything, but I have seen some pretty big ones, but most of the ones I see are pretty small. But there are quite a few, especially if you go up towards Thatcher Park. I think almost every time I've gone walking the cliff trail on Thatcher Park, I've seen at least one millipede.
Millipede!
Yeah, centipedes are a little bit creepier. Millipedes are not quite as creepy. And yeah, little Somber described them perfectly. Little roly-polies that eat chunks of fruit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man. Lilith says it happened in his last apartment where his family lived. A neighbor of theirs, a former friend of the family, would feed roaches to those lizards, and they escaped the cage one day and ended up infesting the entire building.
My sister had a lizard and she had crickets.
Yeah, do crickets.
And crickets, all of a sudden I looked down after I'm reading, I looked up, there's a cricket on my chest. All I scream is my sister's name and then my father. And he had to bomb my room, bomb my sister's room, and bomb the bathroom and his room, the whole upstairs. I was not happy. And it was Simba's fault because
I
he
would
kept
still
trying to get in
much
the cage.
rather have an infestation of crickets than roaches.
Yeah, have your room constantly chirping.
The chirping room.
I don't know why they all came into my room.
Your room was
Simba just kept eating them.
Well, in terms of the creator house, again, this is still all theoretical, but I would say that anybody can have whatever it's on. You know, you're an adult, do what you want. In your personal part of the house, whatever part that would be, your pet has to stay in that part. If it's amphibian or lizard or, you know, whatever, would have to stay. Insect. Second, I'm not a big fan of giant spiders as pets either. As far as the creator house goes, again, stays in your section, not a problem, but you probably won't see much of the child. Somber says that he wants a pumpkin spider. It's about half the size of your palm and orange and black colored.
You should see
Shiloh's
Shiloh's face.
her face. She is absolutely terrified of
She hates
spiders.
spiders.
They're the worst thing ever. Why, whoever made them is a rude, bad, evil person and deserves death. I hate them. They're so. Why do they look like that? Why do they jump? They don't need to jump.
Those are wolf spiders.
Oh, this is bad.
The little creepy 8 legs skittering.
Literally, okay. So I saw a video. I saw a YouTube video, and it was like
That
comparing
was a YouTube video?
a YouTube.
It wasn't
video.
Vimeo?
It was a moving picture, and it it was like talking about Minecraft mobs and how big they would be in like real life, and like if a spider, like a Minecraft spider, was like a real thing, and like proportionately the same size as Minecraft, it'd literally be the size of a corgi. And that's just the body. That's not even including the chunky legs. That's terrifying. It literally makes me want to cry just thinking about it. I'm never going to Australia because Atticus spiders, dude. No. I got
They're
locked.
like Atticus spiders, not Attica.
No, Atticus spiders.
Yeah.
Atticus.
They're not gonna shank you. Attica, bitch.
They might. With their long legs, they just jump everywhere. They don't even crawl. They just hop.
So, Lilith asks to you, does that mean if you've let go of your vendetta against anteaters, since spiders are the worst
Oh
thing
no,
ever?
I still hate anteaters. Anteaters are worse than spiders.
They're worse than spiders.
Anteaters are worse than spiders.
So if your
Why
house-
are
you
they
woke
like
up-
that? They don't need to be like that.
So if you woke up and your house was infested with a bunch of little roly-poly anteaters running around, it'd be worse than spiders?
I'd cry. I'd cry, I'd grab a gun, and I'd kill their entire species.
I don't understand the problem she has.
I hate them. Why do they look so happy about everything all the time like they don't suck?
Because they're adorable.
Do you know how much dirt they eat on a day-to-day basis? Also, who named it Anteater? That's the stupidest name. Like,
So
vegetable
rename him.
eater.
Re-
No, I don't
rename
want to
him
rename
Joe.
him. He doesn't deserve a name.
They're adorable.
They suck.
Actual
Why are
name
you
is
wearing leg
Aardvark.
warmers? What is this, the 1950s? Sorry. No, I'm not. They suck.
Emily says, no, Shiloh, fleas are the worst things ever. At least spiders contribute positively back to the world they live, the world that they live in. Please do nothing to harm other living organisms. They literally serve zero purpose. No fleas.
No anteaters.
That's how I feel about mosquitoes, actually. Oh, population control. Dude, that's what you have people for. Like, we're killing enough. We do enough killing for everybody. We don't need mosquitoes.
So, like, if you're a murderer, are you helping overpopulation? Like,
Somber says he's going to make you an 8-legged, 8-eyed anteater.
no,
Happy birthday.
no, not happy birthday. That'd be the worst womb evacuation day gift.
See, I agree with Emily. When anteaters do what they're doing, they clean the local environment of bugs and dirt.
I eat bugs and dirt.
They're like-
we don't need anteaters.
They're like little cleaning ladies.
I hate cleaning ladies.
That's
Stab the
rude.
cleaning ladies.
I used to be a cleaning lady.
But you're cooler because you're dad and you don't lick the dirt.
No, but I would vacuum the dirt.
No. Well, yeah, which means we don't need anteaters.
But you do.
No, we don't. They're unneeded and they suck. I hate them. Why do they look so happy? They look like they're walking backwards.
Hello, Gamma. Happy Sunday.
They suck.
My daughter is going off on a...
I hate them. They're terrible. And why do the babies look like that? They look like hairless rats.
They're called pinkies.
They look like rats if you ate the hair from the rat.
You don't lick the dirt. I don't think cleaning ladies do that, Shy.
I lick the dirt.
Your hair must be low.
Now that is discriminatory, child.
I don't care. I'm going to be discriminatory toward anteaters because they suck breadsticks. Why do they
Okay, I think we're back. Alright, sorry, we had some microphone issues. I was pulling up a picture for the child. And look at how adorable that anteater is.
Look at the
Look
face.
at him.
Stupid looking.
It's not stupid looking.
Why does
it's
it look like
adorable.
that?
They're adorable.
I hate it. Their tails are ridiculous.
They look like little bears with long tongues.
No, they don't. They look stupid. Ants are perfectly fine creatures. Why are they just born to kill ants? Ants do stuff, probably. They carry things and do funky Secret of Mana dances.
I'm allergic to ants.
Too bad.
I am back. Sorry for the mic issues. Only from one time though today. It's actually not too bad.
Their tails. They're as big as...
I love them. I think they're adorable. And Emily wants more plushies. I will say this. Our bed, when I make the bed and I put all the stuffed animals on the bed, the packets, like, we have some freaking plushies. It fills the entire bed. There's not even room to lay down. And you know what? We still could use more plushies. The world needs more plushies.
I have a hippo. I need an octopus, a seahorse, a whale, a shark. I used to have a Teletubby.
Disgusting creatures.
We don't sleep with any. They all get off the bed before we lay down.
I sleep with my owl.
Well, no, yeah, Pockets does have one that she cuddles with.
Or I sleep with my lion.
I gave it to her.
Both the child gave it to me.
Stupid creatures. Why do they look like that?
Mask for Dodge, Lilith, and Shawnee. Plushies for Shy Shy and Emily. LOL, Somber must get to work before September.
Somber is the I can't make a pun out of Santa and Somber.
Jeez. Alright. Now it's going to cause me problems.
Wimbus,
Not sure why
wumbus.
it's just now.
Wibble,
It's fine
wobble.
before. Well, alright, I am going to close the stream down in like 5 minutes. I do want to let you guys know. That way it's not super abrupt. Then it won't just be like the mic cut out and the stream ends. Thank you for... Man, this is getting ridiculous. So I'm not sure how much of that you heard, but I am going to close down the stream in about 5 minutes. And thank you very much for listening to me babble. And, yeah, and having your own very lengthy intellectual debates in the chat. which have been very interesting to watch. Yeah, I know it keeps cutting out. This computer is old. I need a new one, but I cannot afford one right now.
It's like the same age as me, dude.
It's like 4 years older than you.
Really?
Yeah,
more than
Even
that.
the computer is older than me.
Or no, younger than you, I mean. We got this when we moved. I got this after I got my bachelor's degree.
Yep.
So I wouldn't have to go to school and do my master's degree on a netbook.
CD player. This is very unsilly.
It is. It's alright. We're only gonna deal with it for like another 4 minutes. And then I can go abuse my microphone.
And your child, which you do all the time.
Oh yeah. So much abuse.
This is a cry
going
for
on.
help.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Okay then. Not sponsored by Dimes.
I actually had it all turned on and ready to go, Somber. And I need the wire, the LAN adapter, because it does not have a wireless connection to the internet capabilities. And I need a different wire for the monitor, because it's not an HDMI plug for the monitor. It's like the old school PC hookup. So, much apologies. It's gonna happen. Again, I just have to buy a few things for it. So yeah, I don't have to go out and buy a whole new one. I could always get that one started up and just see if she runs better than this.
Which it probably does.
I will say, for the most part, this computer still works pretty good.
Good.
Can't connect to like VR chat and stuff anymore. It's just updated so much that it's beyond the means of the computer. But it's great for like browsing the internet, working on videos, even narrating when the microphone doesn't cut out every 2 seconds. And thank you, Gamma. Like I said, mostly just a stream about absolutely nothing.
And the worst creature ever. It's about anteaters. I really want to rant more about anteaters. Why are they like that? They're stupid.
But they love you.
No, they don't. They would stab me in an alley. If I saw a dead one, I would smile. Why do they look like that?
Oh wow, I did not know that one was VR capable. So if that one's capable of running VR, that'd be pretty freaking cool. Might be able to get a nice long cord so Pockets can actually play Beat Saber on her original quest. But right now, I mean, all she really does in VR is play Beat Saber, so I have no problem letting her.
That doesn't make me sick.
I have no problem letting her use my headset to play Beat Saber every now and then. It's perfectly fine. And it probably makes you less sick because the frame rate's better, the screen door effect, the resolution shit's better.
It tastes good.
It tastes good. The Quest 2 tastes good.
Tastes pretty mild salsa to me.
Anteaters are needed against ants.
Ants are perfectly fine insects. What did ants do? Deserve the hatred from anteaters.
They bite.
They suck. Anteaters suck.
Yeah.
Anteaters could bite you.
They suck up the ants.
They do. They lick you, and it's weird. Why are you licking me? I hate them. Why do they look like that?
Manatees are so
Have you
bad.
seen their weird looking faces?
Have you seen manatees' faces?
Their tails are as big as them. they're stupid looking. They look like they're walking backwards all the time, which is extremely counterproductive. I don't like them.
I am now calling anteaters big sloopas.
I don't know, that's probably a word.
The big sloopa. Good afternoon, Paul. How are you? And unfortunately, on that note, I do have to close down the stream, though. I said like 5 minutes ago I was going to close it down, so I'm not closing it down just because you coincidentally joined in and said good morning, and then it's like,
How dare you?
How are you?
No
Great.
morning.
Goodbye. But yes, good. Happy Sunday, and welcome to the stream. It is awesome seeing you. So thank you very much for stopping in. But yeah, so I'm just reading the comments a little bit about downloading songs into Beat Saber, and yes, get VR. Get VR.
Get VR.
Emily's thinking about getting VR,
Donate
so
to
we're
Killing
like kind of on
Anteaters.
board, like pushing her into getting it. Do it. Okay. Love you all. Thank you so much for stopping in. Gamma says later to both me and you, Shiloh. Thank you so much for stopping in, everybody, and keeping me entertained pretty much this time. Did an awful lot of reading of the comments. There's a lot going on. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you have a great Sunday. Be safe out there, stay creepy, and try and enjoy the day. I know I'm going to do my very best to do that as well. So, love you all. I'll catch you next time, and peace out. Bye-bye.
Bye. Be careful.